This week's guest is the VP at Mote Aquarium. I'm Rob. This is the Sarasota SpeaX Pre-Show, tailored by Tweeds. What's up, everybody? I'm Rob. This is the Pre-Show tailored by Tweeds. When you are looking to level up your style game, come on down to any of our Tweeds locations across the state of Florida. Should be a QR code screenshot right now. Click on that and we can get you some more information and get you styled up. This week's guest is Kevin Cooper of Mote Aquarium. Welcome, Kevin.
All right, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So I understand the new Mote Aquarium will be opening up shortly here, and you're the guy to tell us a little bit about it. In a nutshell, what can visitors expect from the new location that is different from the original?
Yeah, I appreciate that. So a lot of it's different and a lot of it's the same. So when Mote Science Education Aquarium at Nathan Benderson Park opens later this year, really it's a window to the globally significant marine science research that happens at Mote Marine Laboratory. And so that's been the centerpiece of what we've done all along since the opening of the Mote Science Center, which was later Mote Aquarium in 1980, which is to allow people from around the world to come in and learn about all of the marine science research that's happening at Mote Marine Laboratory, but then also share in the education of what we're learning about the importance of conservation and sustainable use of our marine waterways.
Awesome. In this particular building, I understand the architecture is a little bit unique. Can you tell us a little bit about its distinct features as well as maybe how it differs from the previous location?
Yeah, sure. So one of the things when we first went out to start working on the design for this, we knew that it was going to be at a nexus location right between Sarasota and Manatee counties, right there at University Town Center at Nathan Benderson Park, kind of right near the line between Manatee and Sarasota counties. So we knew this was going to be part of the gateway where people come off I-75 and experience our community for the first time. So really, it was an open door to create something iconic, something memorable, something different. And I think we've achieved that in a meaningful way, both from the exterior and the interior. So it's something that's going to catch eyes as they're driving down I-75, as they're coming on University Parkway, as they're experiencing Manatee and Sarasota County for everything that we have to offer, but something that's also very unique to the area that stands out. It's not something that people are going to expect to see, but I think it's something people are going to love.
That's awesome. So I know you mentioned a moment ago the research here. There are other locations where Mote is doing research across the state of Florida. Can you let the viewers know a little bit about some of those efforts and any conservation efforts that they might be interested in getting involved with?
No, sure. I appreciate the question. When we open Mote Science Education Aquarium, it'll technically be Mote's 9th campus. So our flagship campus, our main center is on City Island in the city of Sarasota. In Sarasota County, Mote Science Education Aquarium will be our 3rd campus. We also have a 200-acre aquaculture research park off Fruitville Road. We have a heavy presence in the Florida Keys in Monroe County. We have 5 campuses down there right now, including our flagship Elizabeth Moore International Center for Coral Reef Research and Restoration. And then we also have a site in Manatee County, which is our Marine Science Education and Outreach Center at Anna Maria City Pier. So from a one-room shack in 1955 in Placida, Florida, we've grown to those 9 campuses. The Florida Keys campuses are very interesting in that they're really focused mainly on our coral reef research and restoration efforts. Over time, the coral reefs in Florida have become kind of functionally extinct, and Mote Marine Science is at the forefront of the restoration efforts to kind of bring them back to life and revive them, given how culturally, economically, and environmentally important they are.
Awesome. Well, that is going to do it for the pre-show. Remember, if you are looking to level up your style game, come on down to Tweeds. Visit any of our brick and mortar locations. Check us out on Instagram at Tweeds Suit Shop, tweedsuitshop.com. Click on that QR code as well. Stay tuned for a quick sneak peek of this week's upcoming episode with Kevin.
So, all this talk, and we haven't even discussed turtles yet. And I know, Mote is one of the world leaders in that research.
Yeah.
So why don't we go to turtles?
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, so
can't leave the turtles out.
We're really proud of our sea turtle conservation and research program. And really for over 40 years now, we've been the centerpiece of monitoring all the turtle nesting that happens here in Sarasota County. And so each year, actually right around this time when the first nest, we have both our sea turtle conservation and research program and our sea turtle volunteer program that are out there combing the beaches every day, protecting the nest. So when you see those yellow stakes that are blocking off the nest for protection. That's at Mote.
Yeah.
But we also have our hatchling hospital at Mote. So a lot of times hatchlings can get disoriented. That's why they say, hey, keep the light to a minimum. They get disoriented, they come in or something's wrong. So we do hatchling hospitals every year. So we make sure we're taking care of the young hatchlings that are born here, that they get disoriented or have other problems, so that we can kind of rescue them, rehabilitate, and release them into the public. And so a lot of the work that we've done through that sea turtle conservation and research program has pushed out a lot of peer-reviewed research information about sea turtles, their nesting habits, and other valuable information as we learn about turtles.
Locally, do we have any of those problems where the hatchlings go the wrong way, not towards the ocean, but
Yeah.
towards the city lights?
Yeah, and that's some of the hatchlings that end up in our hospital. They get disoriented. They go towards condominium developments. They go towards for a number of different reasons.
Just stayed at St. Regis. That was one of the biggest things they said is lights off at 9.
Lights off at 9. That's right.
They got people walking down the beach, sending pictures to city commissioners, things like that. Wow. I'm up on the balcony. I'm like, all the lights are off. Lights around the pool are all red, which they won't distract or disorient them. But right next to it is a bunch of white lights, and I'm thinking it's good that all these lights are off, but there's big white lights right there. So, how often does that actually happen from like condo light? Like, let me rephrase. If I'm on the 4th floor in a condo and I've just got the lights on inside, is that what's causing it, or is it a mass amount of lighting that's causing it?
It could be anything like that. Yeah, anything that's that natural light that's going to confuse the turtles of which direction they should be moving once they hatch can cause those issues. And we try to do a heavy outreach program, but we're also a heavy tourist community, and so you get people here that don't know the importance. I think places like the St. Regis and other partners that we have along the coastal waterways kind of know the importance of what we're trying to do, but it's hard to be perfect with it.
They stressed it pretty well. They did a good job.
Yeah, there are fines that are associated with it. The local government is really trying to work towards that, and so and that's a problem, especially with these younger hatchling turtles. And then to just kind of round out your question, not to cut off the discussion, but
it's kind of the same question.
We also have a 24/7 strandings investigation program, and so anytime you see a distressed marine mammal or sea turtle, there's a strandings investigation hotline you can call, and we have a 24/7 team that responds to that. So anytime we see a turtle in distress, again, we're in the business of rescue, rehabilitation, and release to bring them back to the hospital, make sure that they get the care they need, whether it's at our facility or a partner facility, and get them released back into the wild.